You just call me DLAJ.
DLAJ, okay. And he's here with me today because we're gonna do a 3-on-3 tier list. I had him come on because he's one of those players who be taking like the crappy players, or so to say, the non the the players we don't play a lot, and he be maining them. So maybe he has a better perspective on some of these low tier characters that I would automatically put in the Malik list. So that's why I have him here with me, so we can talk a little bit about each character and where we see where they should be placed. So right now we have one, two, three, four, five categories. We have at the top, obviously, Nasty Palms. Then we got my son Dion in the second category. Then we got my adopted son LL Lucy. Then we got DJ Ma, and then we got obviously the saddest man on 3-on-3, Kurosaki Malik. Yo. So that's how we have it set up. Those are the tier lists from for the highest at the top, and then go down. And we have the characters here that we're gonna debate and talk about which position should they be placed. So, um, uh, DLAJ, I know you can't see the screen because I have it set up on OBS, but
Yeah.
so how it works is we have the top is Nasty Pawns, and then the bottom, I mean, after that is Dion, Lucy, DJ Ma, and Malik. So you could just think of it as like SABCD, right? And then we just place them in that position. All right, so we're
Okay.
gonna
What's the lowest letter?
the lowest is Malik. The lowest is
Okay.
Malik. The highest is Nasty Pawns. Then after that is Dion. Then LL Lucy and DJ Ma.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's five ranks. So yeah, if you want to write that down, so that way you know so that way you
Uh,
remember. So we're gonna start off first. We're gonna start off with Noah. Where do you feel my boy Noah should go?
I think he's bottom tier.
Yeah,
I just
I
don't
agree.
see any use for him. Like they try to make him a Pedro counter, but like it still doesn't work out on his like for him.
Yeah, I agree. I have no reason why they made Noah. I think they just wanted to make a new character so that way so just to like get money out of this character or something, because he sucks. He's absolutely trash. It made no sense. I hate the fact that his drive in button can activate a pass instead. That is trash. That is such a stupid idea. Just imagine you drive, you break someone, and then you press like R2 and square to like dunk or to lay up, and instead you do a running pass. Yeah, I agree. So Noah's going in definitely that Malik category. That's the sorriest man in this game for sure. Is definitely Noah. He's worse than Walker in my opinion. So now
He's
we
worse than Walker.
facts.
Yeah.
So now we got Ayla. In my opinion,
Oh,
I
this
say
character is cheap, bro. That character is so cheap, man.
yeah, I think personally Ayla's the best point guard in the game. I would say Pedro is like the best like defender, but Ayla's in my opinion definitely the best overall character for the point guard position. So I was gonna put her in the Nasty Palms position. What about you?
Yeah, I think yeah, and plus like she's really good, and plus people love to span the drive with her, get the easy ankle breaker.
Yeah, yeah, she could break ankles very easy. Yeah, she has every little like what a point guard should have. She has it. She got the driving ability. She got nice passes. If you try to
Yeah,
help pass, she could do the kill pass. She could do
yeah,
floaters, pull up. Yo, oh my gosh, yeah, she's
yeah.
definitely a nasty pounds player for sure. If I was a point guard main, I would definitely be playing Ela for sure. So next we got William. Where would you place William?
Uh, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I don't really play William like that,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say he's around like what, A tier. I would say A tier
A
because
tier. Okay.
he can shoot mids
Oh
pretty good. He
yeah.
has good skill abilities.
Mm-hmm.
He has the post fake. He has the and plus he has chip out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's not a bad character at all.
No. So here in my opinion, I agree with the A, but actually in like today's so by the way, I didn't get to say this, guys. This is including like cards. This is including cards, quick freestyles, everything. Everything is included with pets and all that. And this is how we're gonna place these characters still. So I forgot to mention that, but this is like literally with everything that is in 3-on-3 is gonna be based on this tier list. So the card, skill, freestyles, pets, everything. So,
Okay.
in my opinion, I think William would be a B, just because there's Jack now. I feel like William shot animation is amazing, and he's a great character as well. Like when it comes to like the mid shots and so on, and he could score a bucket. But I feel like because on the defense side, Jack does such a better job, I would put William down to B, because I mean the chip out is not really useful as much as it was before Jack came out, and before these point power forwards had like high rebound and high speed. Like back when what's his Clark, back when Clark had like the highest rep for a power forward, you could have used William because William had that speed to counter Clark. But now these point power forwards are coming with speed and rebounds, so
Yeah.
that's where I would put William in the B. So we could, so I'll put
Okay.
him, yeah,
It's
I'll put
fine.
him like in the front
I
of the
see
B
that.
line. Yeah. All right, now we got my boy Walker. Where would you put Walker?
Oh, I would never play that character, man. I would
Damn.
never play that. Even with the buff,
Uh
even with
huh.
the buff, they gave him a defensive. Like I think it's a jump shot buff or something like that.
Oh really?
And they
Oh,
gave him his shot animation that made him so he can use freestyles. But
okay.
he's still bad though. He can't. There's no way for him to get over. He's just a badly designed character. I
Oh
don't like him
wow.
at all.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So even if they fixed him and stuff like that, he's still bad. My personal opinion, Walker is not a player I would want on my team. He's just the guy you want in your position buffs. That's about it. uh,
Yeah, I don't see why you would play Walker. I do not see
correct.
why.
All right, so we put him in the Malik category. Okay, what about Saru?
Oh, you already know. You already know where Sorrow's going.
where,
You already
where is that?
know.
Is he going to the top or is he going to A? To the top.
This
Okay.
character is so good, like especially like the skills, the dunk
Yeah.
and manual dunk, and he's good at ISOing. Really, he's
Yeah.
good. He can counter Jack,
Yeah. Correct.
especially if you have a good team. Like they know what to do. They know when Sorrow wants to ISO. Jackson not stopping. He's the counter to Jack. He's one of the counter to Jack.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm about to explain the next. I'm gonna explain when we get to the character that
Okay.
we what I'm talking about as a counter to Jack. That's when I'm gonna
Are
explain.
you gonna say Amanda?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, I knew it. Yeah, because I feel like I tell everybody this too. Amanda, the reason why I said Amanda is because she's actually last on the list. But we could talk about Amanda now. I think she's a counter to Jack, but not enough people are playing Amanda. I mean, she has so much counter. The jab step make you when you jab step, you can make Jack do the jump because he's gonna jump just to jump. Then you could pump fake, make him do like a regular block, and then that's a free mid shot right there. Or the drift shot. I don't think you can't upper block the drift shot, can you? I haven't seen it being done.
Yeah, I played Amanda recently, and
Hmm.
Jack tried to do it on me, but he it didn't
It
get
didn't
off.
work, right? Yeah, I be trying to tell. Like the drift shot is literally the counter to Jack. You could drift shot it, especially, and now you're playing that mind game with Jack because if he does the upper steal, he misses the drift shot, and then if he does a regular jump, then you pump fake it, and now you're wide open. Like
Yeah,
you
she is
could.
the character that has the only I think besides Saru and a couple other characters,
Mhm.
she's the only character, really the only character that has to make Jack guess instead of Jack having to make them guess.
Correct. Yes, exactly. So I agree. So we're putting okay. So back to Star. We're putting Star to the top. I agree as well. He's a
Yeah,
great counter to Jack. With a great team, I think ISO is the way how this game was going. It slowly progressed to ISO though. So at first it was like dash and point
yeah,
guard, and then now it's just straight small forward ISO kind of thing. Because you need those high mids now. Now that Jack is a game changer. Jack is like James Harden, where they had to change the rules because James Harden's out here just creating fouls like there's no tomorrow. And Jack came in. Now everybody can't spam quick point anymore because the upper block is just too OP. So yes, but back to Sar. Yeah, I would say Sar is definitely the counter to Jack. And where would you put Rin? So let's go on to Rin now.
Oh my gosh, you already know I love her with a passion. She's my main.
Oh
And then
God.
she is the I,
Oh God.
she
Oh.
is so trash. She is so trash. I can talk about this character all day. So
Uh huh.
I have like 'cause I have the best cards for him, right? I have like a pure speed build. I have what 215 speed, and then I run the pet, right, which gives me an extra 12 speed. So that's like what, 230 speed.
Mm-hmm.
So even with all of that speed, you can still stay in like you can still block her. You can still stay in front. She can't get by you because all you have to you can sit back and block her from so far. It's not even funny. Like
Correct. Yeah.
and if the Jack is on you, good luck with that
Yeah,
because
it's
he's
good luck.
definitely yeah. Uh,
Yeah, it's tough. I would say I
yeah,
would still put her as like a C character because she's extremely OP in 3x3.
yeah. That yeah.
Her passive is pretty good. Her whole style is pretty good. The only problem is that shot animation. If they fixed her shot animation and made it like a Kim zone or like a like a Cindy shot animation on Rin would go crazy. But that shot animation, unfortunately, it just makes everybody be able to block her. There's so many
Yeah.
times where I was like far away from her, but just because I ran and pressed the block button, I got a block on it. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's tough. So I would put her in C just because she's not a bad character, but
She's
I,
not bad, but it's just
her,
her shot.
yeah,
Her
her
shot
shot
is
is
what
holding
ruins
her.
her.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so next we have one of my favorite female characters, Rebecca.
Oh God.
Where would you put Rebecca? For me, I would say Rebecca is like an A tier character. She could be S, but that's depending on the person who plays her. Like I feel like she's definitely the face shooting queen. She's a face shot queen in my opinion. She be spamming, she be hitting some face shots, but I think she's also I'm putting her on a balance between A and S. So I'm probably gonna put her in the A position. What about you?
I play with Becca a lot. Yeah, she's pretty good, but I don't think her I just don't think her skills are being used enough because she has
Mm-hmm.
a lot of skills you can use. Like
Yeah.
she has the drive with the post turn, the fade away, double fake fade away, floater. Like you could do so much with the character. I just feel like her potential hasn't been a lot because normally people like to just spam quick point with her and
Yeah.
get easy threes.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a good character. She's a good
Okay.
character.
Yeah.
I put her in A. I'll say I put her in A.
Okay. So that's gonna be our first A character. All right. Yeah. I agree. I think she has a lot of skills, but because people just like build her to hit threes and stuff like that, it kind of limits her in that aspects. But she could definitely hit those shots for sure. All
What do
right.
you
So
think about her against Jack though? What do you think about her
her
against
against
Jack?
Jack, she could be a good counter against Jack too because she could drive past Jack and do the floater move, or that's a pretty great move. I find that move actually harder to block than Saru's dunk because sometimes the jab be backing up just in time to block that Saru dunk, but the
Yeah,
the uh the um the move that Rebecca has, like if you're not there already to contest it, she's like it's just going right past you all the time, and she
yeah,
can mix that move in with the little two-step back step move she got. So if the Jack backs up, she could do that move. But we all know Jack. Maybe a Jack could still like run up and block it or something. But I'm just saying, she can mix it up in that aspects. Whereas Saru doesn't have that backstep move. So
yeah.
he can really only attack forward. Rebecca could attack front ways, sideways, back. So
And she has the layup pass too with
yeah,
manual layup.
yeah, exactly, and manual layups as well. So definitely, I feel, but I would still put her as A because she doesn't have much on defense. So that's why I
Yeah,
say it depends on who plays her. Because a really great player could probably move her up to S, but the average person could probably make her a great player. All right, so let's move on to Professor. Actually, Professor.
uh, mm, I think he's like I think he's like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Professor. 'Cause I've seen a lot of Professor players, because
Uh-huh.
they love to do like the drive, the fake drive,
Yeah.
and try to shoot a 3 pointer
Yeah.
in your face.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know. I don't play Professor.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
about Professor like that.
Correct.
He's
Okay.
a
Mm-hmm.
he's a fun character though, but I just don't know where to put him really.
Yeah. For me, I would probably put Professor in like between C and B because I feel like point guards now, like nobody really wants a scoring point guard. Like, on the team, I find like it's gotten to the point where like there's better scorers than to have your point guard try to score. That's why a lot of people just play Pedro and just add like mid shots onto him because everybody expects the point guard to be the one to create that steal or get that turnover from that other team, you know? So playing professor is kind of a hindrance because how would you make a lineup around professor, you know? He kind of has to ISO. It could be like it depends, you know. I would probably put him in like B just because it his play style is kind of iffy with me. Definitely spamming that drill movement and the 3 pointer is definitely a go
Yeah,
to
you can
move.
get a lot of people with it compared to Noah, but yeah, I just don't see him being like used like that, especially in meta.
Yeah, especially meta and so on as well. Yeah. All right. So let's go on to Pedro. Where would you put Pedro?
I'm putting him at S. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's a really good character. But
Correct.
as annoying as he is to deal with, like a good going against a good Pedro is annoying as
Yep.
hell,
Yeah.
especially if you playing scorer. Because like normally when I play, I love to play score, and then I have a Pedro be switched on me, and a good Pedro they will bait the mess out of you because they
Correct.
just stand there and they'll think they'll hope you try to shoot it so they can block you. But
Correct.
if you just stand there, he gonna steal it from you, especially if they have good stealing cards or something like that.
Yeah.
He's really good. He
Yeah.
creates so much.
He does. I would say Pedro's also S tier character. I mean, he just been around from day one. Actually, from day one,
He's
Pedro has
always
always
been
been
good.
a problem. Yeah, always been a problem.
Yeah,
Always. All right.
yeah.
So
Everybody goes.
yeah, yeah. What about Nadia? Where would you put Nadia?
Um, let's see. I want to say she's a bad character. She's a good character defensively and offensively as well. I want to say she's S or A. It's around A or B category
Okay.
because she's still good defensively. She's still good defensively,
Yeah, she's a
but
great defensive player. Yeah. But see, everything. One thing I've learned from ESG from a crew is that you always want to be an offensive threat. So even though you're playing like defensive characters like Pedro, Murdoch, Nadia, Little Fox, Kalina, like even though you're playing those defensive characters, you want to be able to can do something on offense. And I feel like Nadia doesn't have that. Like even though she has shooting touch, so you can make her a threat on offense, but I feel like there's better defensive options. I think that's the problem. So whereas instead of playing Nadia, people would just play Pedro, you know, or something like that. Because in my opinion, so or Little Fox or you know they would just play a point guard instead of playing a shooting guard with defensive skills. So people who in comp if they have a Nadia, I mean, yeah, it could be great against
yeah,
like
'cause she
three
could dunk
points.
too. She
Yeah,
could dunk.
yeah, but she definitely have to like drive in. But in comp though, I don't see how she would fit though, because in comp it was usually be um it would usually be Jack, Murdoch, Deacon. So
Yeah.
if you're a Nadia, how would you contest that? Because her face up move is only for threes. It doesn't work on mids.
Uh,
So
yeah. I don't.
and then on offense, are you gonna be trying to dunk all the time or probably try to hit mids or so? Probably you people would probably have to change her up a bit. But she could score. She can score. So I would definitely put her in A for now. And then if the person who plays her is bad, then she could probably switch between A and B. So I think I'll put
Yeah.
her in the A position for now. And then we got Murdoch. Where would you put Murdoch?
Everybody knows he's going to S, man. He's a S tier character. He's good
Oh,
defending, of course,
mm-hmm.
because defense, defense is the way to go.
Yeah,
So yeah,
correct.
and even like I would, I think even with like the rebounding part, like even Murdoch's like. even though he's not as good as rebounds as other bigs,
Mm-hmm.
like a Murdoch with good ping still rebounds over you somehow. Like it's
Correct.
crazy. He still rebounds. He's good at defending. Of course, he has his passive. He stops people from shooting threes. You just stand there in your face and you miss. And yeah, I just think he's an S tier character.
Definitely. So I think he's an S tier character as well. But here's my rebuttal to make him an A rank character. So I know I said everything's included meta, playstyle, um, pets, everything, right? But Murdoch on his own is not a S tier character. Like he needs to be with another big. So that's my one rebuttal for him to be like an A rank character because like these characters like Pedro like and Saru and Ayla like they're great on their own. I feel like Murdoch is not a great big unless he has like another big with him. So if you were playing a lineup where like let's say you made a lineup of Pedro, Jack, and Murdoch, right? Or let's just say Murdoch's the big man. Is he that much of a threat? Because, or is it just because Murdoch is usually played with another big man is what makes Murdoch a threat? That's my rebuttal. So I still think he's a S tier character because meta is included, but him by himself, like Saru is a great scorer by himself. Ayla is a great point guard by herself. Pedro's a great point guard by himself. But is Murdoch a great power forward by himself? That's where I say he could be like S or slash A or so on. But because we're including meta and cards and all that stuff, I would say he's S tier character. But that's just food
And
for
his
thought.
block range is stupid. Like
Correct. Yeah.
he's good. It's like you think you're about to shoot him until he blocks you from damn near like I don't know how far. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy.
His manual block animation is crazy for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to Mika. Actually, we don't even have to talk about Mika. Honestly, she's going in D rank.
Wait. Oh no, you not
Oh,
gonna do
see, see,
my.
yeah.
Oh no, you're not gonna do my girl like.
All right. Okay, so, all right,
I made
mhm.
Mika, so I know how she works. Okay.
Okay, all right. Go
So
ahead. Explain it to us.
I would. All right. Back then, because people used to do the Helena and Kim combo, all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Helena has had the quick pass and all that. She's good, but I think Mika is a better combo for Kim because she has for most characters because she has quick pass, she has running pass, and she has her passes. Like many people don't want like whenever I play Mika, it's like people just don't want her to have the ball sound because they think she's not in any use at all. But with her
Mhm.
passive, makes a big difference. Like she gives people defense resist. Like she receives a pass. Like she's really good on offense, but
Mhm.
she can shoot a little bit,
Yeah,
and she has of course the alley oop layup double clutch thing.
correct.
She's good. She's not trash at all.
Yeah.
She's a really good character. If you know how to play Mika, you can really do good with the character.
Okay,
I
interesting.
played her in
Mm-hmm.
meta, and I was able to do well with
To do
her.
it. Okay, that's great. That's great. Because like okay, so here's my thing. Mika is one of those point guards who need to hold the ball, which I think could be a
Yeah,
little iffy in today's meta, right? Because if everybody's on Jack, Jack's holding the ball, he's moving around the screen to a quick point. Whereas Mika has to be played with like a definitely a Kim. I think Mika's the one who creates the offense, and I think that's the
yeah,
problem in today's meta, because in today's meta, Saru's the one creating the offense. Jack is creating the offense, not really the point guard. So it's a little bit different, but I agree it could be with great practice. If somebody plays Mika well, for sure, like yourself, then she could probably get bumped up to B. So we could put her in the B position. I was gonna put her in D's just straight off the bat, but if you play her well, I do see a space for her, but it requires a team effort for sure. Because
yeah.
definitely a team role player. She's not the ISO character at
No,
all. So I would put her in D for that ISO meta, but overall, if you're like playing with me who likes to set screens and we're like off with a Kim and we're doing dash plays and moving around and stuff like that, Mika can be useful. So we'll definitely like bump her up for sure. All right, so move on to Max now. I can't debate
Yeah,
Max,
go ahead.
unfortunately. Yeah, we already know where we're going with this. We can't debate Max, unfortunately, because he's literally Jesus. He's baby Jesus. He's AKA the Griffin. In my opinion, the greatest big man in this game. He's the only character besides Ayla who has all five useful skills, and his passes are all useful as well.
Uh-huh.
He could score, he could block, he could rebound, he could steal. Bro, he's literally the holy trinity, bro. So I will put him in S. So what's your thoughts on Max? All right, good.
Yeah, I'll say S because he's a big problem
Mm-hmm.
as far as like he's good at dealing with certain bigs. I like to spam close range dunks and
Yeah,
stuff like that. And yeah, he's his upper still is really good. Is really good.
bro.
I'll put him at S. I'll put him
Okay,
at
you
S.
put him
He's
at S tier.
good.
That's great. That's great that we can agree on that. Because
Yeah.
I feel like he's literally the Pedro of the paint. Because
Yeah.
Pedro's so annoying in the perimeter, and Max is so annoying in the paint because once he's in the paint, people are like trying to quickly dunk or they try to quickly
Yeah.
mess up because they know that if they walk around too much in the paint, that's an upper steal coming. And also, he has deny intercept too, so he can stay in front of a big one time. So let's say you're on Jack and you pump fake and you need to pass it out. If a Max is covering the person you pass it to, that could be a chance for a deny intercept. And the fact that Max can't get moved in a box out situation is you can
Yeah.
use it so well. He got chip out, he got tipping.
Power
If
rebound.
power rebound, I know, like, and he has enough mid shots that if you add on cards, he can hit mids, freestyles. The only
Yeah.
one downfall is that he doesn't have dunk at will. But if somebody was to like put on lung dunk, activate on him, maybe he could even become like a much more of a threat. But I would say like overall, Max is such a great character. So Max, I would say Max is like Murdoch without the need of another big. The what makes Murdoch deadly is the fact that his block range is mad. But overall, like Max has a much of everything: rebound, block, steal. He can swipe you. He can bump and swipe. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's my favorite character. So let's move on to Luther. Where would you put Luther?
Luther.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't play Luther like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um. I would say I think his passes are pretty good.
Yeah, here, hear me out, hear
Um.
me out. I would put him in the C rank position. I would give him the
Steven.
C, yeah, because benefit of the doubt, and he's an OG, and his passive is a buff against other centers, which is pretty useful. He if when he grabs a rebound, I think, and he passes it out, that team gets a buff for every time he gets a rebound or something like that. I think he's a great
All the
character.
teammates' shot success rate increasing. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So I think I would say back then he was a great character. Now he's dropped for sure because there's so much better characters than him now. They've literally made a 2.0 version of Luther, which I would say is big dog. But yeah, I would put Luther in the C rank position just because he was OG. He was holding it down. He was the Deacon before Deacon was a thing. So now here's where we get in a dispute right here, my friend. So where you're gonna have to like do a whole elevator pitch on why Lulu is not a D rank character. Because I know you'll
Oh.
be playing Lulu. Mhm.
No. I want to get to her last.
All right, you want to? Okay, so we'll save her last. We'll save her last. So all right, let's move on to Little Fox. All right, where would you put Little Fox?
Uh, um.
Great speed, great
Yeah, he's good. He's
defense.
good defensively. Great speed. He's good
Hmm.
for setting up people. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see little Fox players in meta sometimes.
Yeah, I wonder
Especially
what
like
happened
this.
though. I don't
I
see
don't
him
know.
no more. Like I remember at one rank he was always there. Like
Yeah, he
everybody
was
was.
like I think
Yeah,
two little foxes one time.
yeah.
Like because I don't know. I don't know. don't know. I think people would just prefer to play it safe because Murdoch, Deacon, Jack, the whole
Correct.
meta team.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think he's not a bad character at all. I just.
Mm-hmm.
I put him in. I'll put him in B, A tier,
Okay.
A, B
Okay.
tier.
Yeah, I can agree with that. We can move. We can do A. Yeah, for sure. I think he's a
Cause
great
he's fast
character.
as hell. He's
Yeah.
fast as hell. He can get by people so fast, especially with
Facts.
setting Little Fox up himself with screens and
Correct.
stuff.
Yeah, you can set him up and he's wide open. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. So I would say like he's an A rank character. At one point, he was played so much. Like a lot of people would do that, the baseline dash with him so many times, and he'd be open and stuff. But I feel like with the meta now, you need somebody who's like Pedro who can actually like enforce a steal. Little
Hmm.
Fox, yeah, I think that, and that's why so many people play Pedro now because he's an enforcer, like to get that steal. That's why I like Max too, because he's an enforcer. Like he could, they're proactive characters, so you can
Yeah.
stop the play from happening. Whereas Little Fox, you know, he just does a hands up. But I like Little Fox. All right, so let's move on to Lee. Where would you put Lee?
Mm, I wouldn't. Well, he's of course everybody knows Lee can shoot, but as far as like, cause nobody uses Lee for rebounding. Like
No,
nobody uses him. Like if people
no,
just use other better rebounding characters, but I feel like Lee is just good offensively. That's it. Like
yeah,
defensively, he's
hmm
yeah, he definitely can't guard from the outside. He has like
yeah,
I wouldn't say he's a bad character, but it's just better options for him. There's better options.
correct. Yeah, I agree with what you're
Character.
saying. Yeah, based on his character and based on his playstyle, you would say there's definitely better options now, especially since they came out with Fox, which we'll talk about later, because they're literally the same characters, just different positions. But yeah, definitely Lee is back then. He was great because he was like the only big man who could stretch. But now with all these characters coming out, he's definitely.
Yeah.
I'll drop him to C because definitely he's an OG character. But yeah, we'll put him in the C rank. All right, let's move on to Kim. Where would you put Kim?
Uh, I still on. Some people say, "Oh, Kim is trash now because of meta." I still think Kim is a really good character. Mm, I put her around A B because like if you like, it's easy to pick up in player. Don't get me wrong. It's easy to
Correct.
pick
Yeah.
up in player, shoot fourth, like shoot threes, shoot quick points. But like a really good Kim player, like she's easy to learn but hard to master because you have to learn how to use her. She has a lot of moves like off the ball moves,
Correct. And I
like
like
her.
that.
Yeah, she has a lot of off the ball moves. If you have a good player with you, she's really deadly. Like she has quick change, the jab step, the screen cut, which people don't really use like that.
Mm-hmm.
The step back, of course, fake step back, quick jumper. Like she's really good. I'll put her around B. I'll
Yeah, I
put her in
agree.
B too.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking B2 because at one point she was the beginning of the game. It was always Kim and Amanda, and then it
Yeah,
was always Kim for a long while. But then Jack came out and kind of just killed her
that's
whole flow.
true.
So yeah, so I definitely put her in B in today's meta for sure. Great character. Just unfortunately, man, Jack is called the Fixer, bro. That's literally his
The
nickname, the
fixture.
Fixer. So
Yeah.
man just wrecked everybody. All right, so let's move on to Joey. Where would you put Joey?
Mm, I put Joey in. Mm,
I
I
was
put Joey. Yeah, the
uh
same. I put it around the same as
Kim.
him,
Hmm
but it. I just some people just don't know how to guard Joey's hop step. Like
Correct. I was
yeah,
gonna
it's just
say I was gonna say I was gonna like I was saying I was gonna say A rank, but I'll probably just put him at the front of the B rank list because I feel like
yeah,
Joey's sidestep and his like it's still like it's still very good. Like against randoms or like against a lot of characters, he's great. He's great, but it's just that with the it's just a one lineup which everybody's using now that that makes Joey not that great, which is just running Murdoch and Jack together or so on. But against a
yeah,
lot of other characters, against like the rest of the characters, Joey is a great scorer.
yeah. He's really good.
So
Yeah,
I,
he's a good character. Even with the collision added to it. Like
mm-hmm.
I mean, you can play around it and still be able to score with him. But I still think he's a good character.
I put him at the front of the beat list. I think he's good there. All right, now here's a well, he's not a new character, but a new perspective I had on this character, which is Jimmy. At first I thought Jimmy was useless, but then because of this meta, he's
Yep.
actually become extremely useful.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of the meta was to be like a whole blocking team where you got Jack, Murdoch, and Deacon. But then what happens when you have a character who you can't block at all? So those three characters are useless against this one character. So I find Jimmy like his the amount of players playing him now has gone up because you can't stop him once he's in that certain spot. Even though people try to bump him a lot, but if everybody tries to bump him, that means somebody's wide open. So
Yeah.
I would move Jimmy up to like A rank. At first, before this meta, I would say he's C rank because he's slow.
Yeah.
He can't block jump shots, but his usefulness has skyrocketed because of the meta now. So this is one character who's actually gone up in usefulness because of the meta. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I put him in as well. Yeah, you took the words right out of my
Yeah.
mouth. Cause and plus and what was I about yeah. And plus he can still even though he did get nerfed on the rebounding stats and stuff like that, he still can rebound pretty
Oh,
well.
yeah. He has
Um
great rev
yeah,
animations.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I
So
think
let's.
yeah, I put him in there.
All right. So let's go to Jason. Where would you put Jason? The dunk god.
The dunk guard.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's what I call him.
Jason, I don't play. I've never liked Jason as a player, but he's
Oh,
like
interesting.
as a guy. I never liked Jason. I don't never like to play him at least. He's a
Mm-hmm.
good character.
Uh-huh.
I put him in. I put him in A or B. A or B, same as well as like around A or B tier.
Okay,
Because
interesting.
he still can. He's an offensive threat for sure.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I don't know where to place him because not a lot of people I see like use him against comp, so I don't get to see how well he is. Maybe he could be like a Saru without the, but see Saru's deadly because he has that like that manual dunk kind of thing. But Jason, does Jason have manual layup? Because he could probably mix that with his
Yeah,
dunk
he does
range.
he does have manual layup.
Okay, so
But
yeah,
it's the range in his dunk which makes him more scary.
yeah,
Um, yeah, because he could dunk super far,
he could
and
dunk
plus,
exactly.
yeah, some people make speedy Jasons with a bunch of dunking cards and stuff like that. I think yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty
And he
good.
also has pull up too. I think
Yeah,
pull up is hard for Jack to block as well. If he doesn't time it right, I've seen a lot of pull ups just go right through the Jack.
yeah, because people you got sometimes you kind of have to respect Jason's drive because he has the step back and the pull
Oh
up, and
yes,
you
yeah,
have to kind of yeah you have to kind of respect Jason a little bit as far as like his driving. Because
correct.
it could be a setback and he can shoot a three on you, or he can just drive in and dunk on you. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
he's not bad at all.
Yeah,
I
guys.
say around A or B.
Yeah. I would say B because I need to see more people play him, guys. I think I need to see more of you guys play Jason. He could probably be a great character. You know, you could drive in, step back, pull up. I need to see some more Jason gameplay. All right, so let's move on to Jack, man. We already know where this man's going.
Oh
We
no,
talked about him all like this whole time. I mean,
That's,
definitely the
he's
front of
still
the
broken,
list,
man.
bro.
He's
Yeah.
still broken. Even with the nerfs, he's
Oh
still
yeah.
broken.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
cause if you notice, like most people don't notice, like even with the nerfs, they nerfed his the cooldown on it, on
Hmm.
his the little chip out block thing.
Yeah.
So even like, cause you know how you start the match, like you have 3 seconds before you can actually shoot and stuff like that.
Correct. Yeah.
You notice his cooldown like it's still going. So by the time the match starts, he already has it again, which is kind of annoying because you expect him to fake him out, he does it, and then
That
he gets a
is
second chance to watch.
interesting.
Yeah, you never noticed that?
That is interesting. I've never looked at that. I'm gonna be completely honest. I knew they nerfed his the cooldown, but the way how I be seeing people, it doesn't even seem like it mattered. But that's
It does
interesting
matter.
because that's so
Look at
true.
next time you play, look at his cooldown. And next time you play,
Yeah,
you hit 3 seconds. That's like 3 second cooldown right there. So I
yeah.
don't think he's really been nerfed like that.
Yes, that's so true because look, if you think about it, let's say he does the upper block, he catches the ball, he clears it, and then shoots a mid shot. While the game is doing that 3, 2, 1 countdown, his thing is also going down as well.
Yeah,
So now he can do
yeah,
it again and repeat and repeat. Oh my gosh, I never even thought about that.
yeah. That
Oh
shit is
snap.
and see, I was like, I noticed it a long time ago, like when they first nerfed him, and I looked at
Mm-hmm.
his cooldown. I was like, why is he still cooling down? Isn't it supposed to be at a halt? It was like,
Yeah, it's supposed
so
to be on a halt. Yeah.
by the time the 3 seconds is up, he's gonna have it by now. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh, that's so
yeah,
interesting. I'm
yeah,
definitely bringing that up to the devs, bro, because it should be on a halt like that. Because the whole point of the 3, 2, 1 is to be everything be on a halt. So you're telling
yeah.
me while it's doing the 3, 2, 1, Jack is literally recharging to do another jump, another
Yeah,
jump. Wow, that's
he's still
crazy.
recharging.
Because
And
it's
plus his passes are pretty good too. His
yeah,
passes are pretty
and he also has manual block. Like what the heck?
he has
So if he
everything.
if he jumps and misses, and you think you're wide open, he just manual blocks and block you again. Oh my
He can
gosh.
block he even blocks bigs too,
Yeah,
like
and he blocks bigs, which makes no sense. I've tried it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a jack on me. I'm gonna just dunk this easy, and then he swats it, which makes no sense. He has no balance. So like, where's he getting this block from? But hey,
his
some
fingertip block is so OP. Like they say they claim they nerfed the fingertip block, but like he's made so many crazy blocks still, like it's not even funny. Like it's really annoying. Like it's really annoying, frustrating.
correct, and and now I see people late blocking with him too, just off the regular
Yeah,
block,
yes.
just
And his
off.
skills are pretty good too. They gave him. It's like they gave him the best moves, like just for no reason.
Yeah,
And then he got double clutch as well. He has a freaking hop step,
yeah.
the dash move as well. Like it's
Correct. Yeah. So that's why I was saying he's like a better William. Sorry. So let's move on to Helena, one of the OG point guards. Where would you put her?
I, I, I know people gonna be like, oh, why should you play Helena?
Mm-hmm.
I think Helena is a really good character defensively, really good defensively,
Mm-hmm.
because her intercept. I normally play Helena for intercept,
Yeah.
you know, but of course there are better defensive options out there,
Mm-hmm.
Pedro.
Yeah.
But she's really good defensively. I would say I'll put her in B. I'll put her
Okay.
in B.
B. Okay, I can agree with that. I think what's happening is like I find that there's too much people playing meta characters. I think it would have been a lot more fun if people made characters comp. Like if you made a character comp, like let's say Palms is known for his deadly Jason, like stuff like that. But everybody's just playing these same lineups, these Jack, Murdoch, and nobody. I'm not saying there's something wrong with it, but like maybe you could create something different, with these characters. Maybe there's something that we're missing that maybe somebody else could create. But that's just my opinion. Everybody just want to play, I guess, what already is working. So yeah. All right, so let's move on to Ginger. Where would you put Ginger?
Ginger, she's a weird. I'll play her like she's a weird character.
I
She
was I was gonna put her in D.
put her in D. Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
weird character.
yeah,
I
she's a weird
still I
character.
still even like all the time I play Ginger, I'm still trying to figure her out because her passive is okay. She gives people a shot success rate if she passes it to them. Um, but other than that, I think
Hmm.
I
I think.
wouldn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead. You can go
Okay,
ahead.
I would say Ginger could be a great player for you because it seems like Mika and Ginger has that same playstyle where they're the ball handlers, and they're looking for that off ball person, and then if they're wide open, they can create that shot. So, but I think that so much people are just wanting to just play meta now that Ginger and them those characters they just wither away. But
Yeah,
there definitely could be some deadly characters. Maybe we need to bring back Dash or bring back some off ball play styles and see
yeah.
how these characters could go. All right, so let's go off to one of my favorite shooting guards. I call him the face shot king, which is Fred. Where would you place Fred?
Mm, I put him in A because
Yeah, I agree.
everybody knows everybody knows his layup. His layup ability is crazy,
Facts.
especially a good friend. Especially a good friend. I've seen some good friends with the layup pass and the fake layup and all that stuff. Like he can be an ISO character for sure, and
Yeah, yeah,
he can shoot for real. He can shoot
correct.
definitely.
Exactly, and also he could catch you off that layup too if he because like a lot of people will jump out of Fred's layup because
Yeah,
especially if you do it fast, and he also has that turnaround shot, so you can fake it and do the turnaround too. And he has jump pass. He's a great player overall, and
yeah,
as I said, he's a face shot king, bro. He just be spamming in your face very
yeah,
easily.
yeah. His passes, yeah, his passes.
hmm Now here's another character I'm gonna mention who's actually gone up in usefulness, and it's a female character this time. It's actually Faye. At first, I would say Faye is like almost like a DC character, but because of the meta, and let's say if you have a Jack on her now, if Jack does the upper block, I'm hearing a lot of people will just do the rebound shot with her now. So I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'm saying
Yeah, not
but
many
people are
people use
saying
it, but it's still really good.
yeah, so I would say I would move Faye from C to B, just because that's a possibility. But even though a lot of people are saying it, I'm not seeing it happen. Like I don't see people willingly choosing Faye to always go up against a Jack because you never know what could happen. You're gonna do the rebound shot from like far away, and then somebody else might get the rebound, or like you leave it up to chance. But yeah, I'll move her up to B just because that's a great idea. All right, now
I don't
let's.
know. They don't know about the still. Her still encounter is pretty weird too. Cause
Oh,
like
true.
yeah, yeah, like even
hmm
if you do still counter without moving, you can't move after that.
Yeah, which is dumb.
Yeah,
They
it's
should fix
weird.
that. Yeah, that's why I had her at a C. But just because of the meta, it also moved her up. Because as I said, I'm including everything. So the meta moves up. Certain characters can fluctuate, go up or down. Um, and obviously, let's talk about Deacon. Where would you put Deacon?
Mm, I still think he's a good character, S tier character.
Yeah, yeah,
Cause
Deacon.
especially in current meta, even with the nerfs, he's still a good character. I say S tier.
Definitely, I would agree. I would say Deacon is obviously, to me, he's the second best power forward. He's not the first because we all know who that is. But I would say Deacon is a great character because he has very high speed and very high rebound, and his dunk animation is exceptional. So and his blocks are exceptional as well. Unfortunately, they nerfed his blocks. I think if they didn't nerf his block, he would be tied for first place. But because they nerfed his blocks, he's kind of dropped below max. But he can still block though. He can still block because he has that all that speed. But Deacon is not that character anymore because they nerfed him so hard. He's actually one of those characters who they got nerfed and they got hurt a lot. That shoulder charge move made him so deadly. Now it's like watered down to the max. Um, but he's still a great character, still S rank, still moving. All right, so let's move on to Clark. I thought mhm,
Yeah,
you put him where?
I put him at S tier. He's you know,
Interesting, interesting.
I, well not S, but
Uh-huh.
I put him at A at least because
At
he's a
A,
good super as well.
okay. Here's my thing. Actually, I would probably put Clark at C rank. And
See?
hear me out, hear me out. Because Clark is a character who he's another one of those characters who need the ball in order to score. Like how Mika needs to hold the ball, Ginger needs to hold the ball, but everybody just wants the shooting the small forward to hold the ball so bad that these characters kind of drop in usefulness. Like Clark, like he needs the ball in order to like long dunk and so on. I've played Clark a lot, and I thought could make him useful by doing long dunks. But majority of the time, I find myself just boxing out, grabbing the rebound, and passing it out, or grab the rebound and do a putback. I don't see myself actually using his skills. Like I don't see myself using his skyhook, and the long dunk be easy to block, especially if you don't have like long dunk speed. Which unfortunately that goes in the category where you still need like the rebound. I think that's the ice cream slot. I'm not too sure, but yeah, in order to get it's a sacrifice. It's either long dunk speed or rebound. So that's why I would drop him in C because especially now against two power forwards, if you're dunking straight, the Deacon could block you. If you're dunking on the angle where the Murdoch is, he could probably block you. But I find like his usefulness has dropped a lot because all he could really do now is just grab a board and or do a putback. His long dunk is very iffy. Well, what do you think? What do you think?
Mm, I don't know. I wouldn't say
Uh
see because
huh.
I've seen some good Clarks, man. I've seen
Yeah.
some good. I'm not gonna. Yeah, he. Plus on defense, I wouldn't. He's not a good defense.
Yeah. Also on defense, yeah, he has very low jump shot block. I
And
thought,
he's slow.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's slow too. Exactly. So that's one of my issues. Like, and he has high balance, but at the same time, that doesn't seem to matter in this game. I don't know what
Yeah.
balance is for in this game, honestly. I feel like balance is all animation. Like Jimmy has high balance, but his box out animation is like it be powerful versus somebody who has like Clark. He has 204 balance, and it is I don't see much of a difference or so on. So I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of this game has secrecies, which I would say is in the animation. Like a lot, like how William his mid shots is not better than Amanda, but his shot animation is just
Yeah.
is deadly. So you see what I'm talking about, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why. So we could probably split in the middle and put him in B for now. So we'll put him
Yeah.
in B. All right. So where would you put Cindy?
Oh, she's a face shooter like
Def,
crazy, man.
yeah,
A face shooter. She can shoot like crazy, but of course, meta destroys all of that. So
correct.
I want. She's not bad at all. She can
Mm-hmm.
still pass. She can set up people. Has layup pass and all of that.
Yeah.
I'll say I'll put her in B. I'll put her in
Okay.
B.
You said B. I was gonna say A because even though
A.
she's yeah, I would say A because the only one character who can stop her is Jack. Because everybody always has a point guard on the court, so that shooting boost that she gets is pretty amazing. But
Yeah.
again, you did say meta too, right? So I mean, if a Jack is on her, but what if you have a Jack? Like let's say you have a Saru and a Cindy on the same team. Who's the Jack gonna cover now? See, because if the Jack is on the Cindy, then the Saru will burn the Murdoch out or burn whoever out probably with shots and so on. Or if the Jack is on the Saru, the Cindy could burn the Murdoch with face shots and so on. But it all depends. Like she could, I haven't seen a lineup like that, but just throwing it out there. So I would probably put her at the head of the line of the B ranks, because yeah, probably yeah. So I'll put it there. Here's one of the characters who I thought was gonna change because of meta, but it didn't really happen much, which is Krista. I thought Krista was gonna be a great counter to running double big because of her blocks and her dunk catch and dunk. I mean, and jump shot block. But unfortunately, Gritty, who's the leader of ESG, he was saying like Krista, unfortunately, she's not an offensive threat, so she's very easy to stop on offense, and that puts a burden on your other two teammates,
Yeah.
which I've seen it happen on defense. I'm like amazing, I'm stopping everything and so on, but then on the offense aspects, it's kind of tough, especially. And what I did with Krista, I made her a shooter, a 3-point shooter, so she'd be banging wide open shots, but because they're running double power forward, a Murdoch can run over and easily contest it and make it miss, right?
Yeah.
So So the
And it seems
value of
like her dunk block catch, like
mhm.
even with that, it's like they still dunk on her. Like it's like
Correct. Yeah, she could. They could get away, especially Deacon. I've seen it sometimes where he gets away with that
yeah,
animation. But then again, that is Deacon. But I agree as well. I agree. Sometimes she gets dunked right on. And I saw they added this thing to the game too, which is dunk block success. So I don't know if that plays a factor now. Because before I was like, when I'm talking before, I'm talking like way early in the game where I was dunk block catching everything. But now I see like I'm flipping cards and I'm seeing dunk block success, which is interesting. So I don't know if that could be playing a factor in this. But I would
yeah,
probably put
maybe. But I don't think people will still use that though, because
mm,
people like most bigs. You know, some bigs like to be able to shoot as well. You know.
yeah. I would unfortunately I'm gonna have to put Krista in the C rank position because I think she's great on defense, but she's not an offensive threat at all. And she's slow. She has low jump shot block. So I will put her at C because I thought I could make her good with the setting screens and all those things. But then when I realized that once I set the screen, they don't care about me because I'm not an offensive threat. So if I'm
Yeah,
wide open or if I'm attacking the paint, they don't care because if I'm Chris and I'm attacking the paint, it's a high chance of a layup, which is just a
yeah,
greater chance for the Deacon or Murdoch to block it. And then if I run off to the 3 point area, the power forwards are fast enough to just keep up and contest the threes. So
yeah.
it's
She's slow as well, so it's
correct,
like
yeah. So
hard.
I'll put her at the head of the center position. I mean, the head of the C rank. All right, now let's move on to Carter. Where would you put Carter? Yeah,
Carter.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. What do you think? What do you think?
Okay,
I'll let
I
you go.
would say, Carter, yeah. I might, but here's my thing. I would probably put him in D rank because he's a great character. I want to see him versus Jack. I want to see him versus Jack a lot, especially behind those screenshots. I think shooting behind screens does lower your shot, but it's because people have so much mid shot success. Why it's not that much of a downfall. But I want to see what happens if you try to shoot behind a screen while Carter is doing that face up move. Maybe Carter could stop it, but then again, I find Carter is like another Krista. He's not much of an offensive threat. And plus, I also don't see a lot of people playing Carter. So maybe if you make a deadly Carter, mid shot Carter, shoot behind the screens, and then on defense, he follows the Jack with the face up and so on. Maybe, but I don't see it. So for now, I would probably put him in D rank. What do you think?
I won't put him in D. I won't put him in D because
Mm-hmm.
he can still play good defensively. I want to put him in D. I say like because even with his face up move, he can
Mm-hmm.
still stop a good Carter can still stop certain people from
Correct.
scoring. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say he's D. I would say he's C or
He's C.
D.
Okay. Yeah, we can put him in
Definitely
C.
C.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's like the small forward position of Chris said. They're great defensive players, but they're not much of an offensive threat. But you can make him an offensive threat. He has manual layup, so that's good against a Jack. But still, yeah, he's more of a defensive character. All right, let's move on to Carolina, aka Honcho's favorite character to use or to make videos on at least. All right, that's my boy. So where would you put Carolina?
Carolina.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, man, I love using Carolina.
Oh snap! Okay, okay, interesting.
Yeah, I
Okay.
love using that character
Mm-hmm.
because normally for Carolina, I don't know if Honcho does this, but I like putting drive speed on her to make
Oh,
her
he does. Yeah, he does.
yeah, I put drive speed on her, a lot of drive speed
Uh huh.
to make her less predictable,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like this character. I mean, I don't know, man. I'll
Okay.
put her in. She's not bad, but
Uh
she's
huh.
not good at
Yeah.
the same time.
Here, I have a question. How would you set up your position bus for Carolina? What would you go with?
It, you can do so much with the character. That's the crazy part. She's like you can because she has a good long distance layup
Mm-hmm.
and Because normally, if I do want to do like go in, I do long distance layup range for
Uh huh.
females. But she can shoot. She can shoot. She can definitely shoot mid threes. It all depends on how you play Carolina. You can play Carolina in so many ways. But since it's like nobody plays her, like I wouldn't say she's a bad character.
Yeah.
She's like B or C, B or
Okay.
C.
Okay. Okay. So I would say Carol the way how Carolina's skills are amazing, but they need to up the driving speed. Like the base of the driving speed by itself
Yeah,
needs to go up. Like I find it's too slow, and Carolina is supposed to be a character that you can bump, but she's so easy to bump, and then with that animation, you just swipe right after and you get the ball regardless. But they gotta up the speed of on everything that Carolina does. They gotta That's how I feel like she's gonna become more deadly. If they up the speed on they already did it for Eurostep, but they gotta do it for like floater, they gotta do it for her drive speed, they gotta do it for her back roll. Like she has to be doing these moves fast in order to be a threat. The fact that she does those moves so slow, it just allows people to just like you might have crossed somebody out or you might have caught somebody off guard. Well, because the move is so slow, they'll be able to like recoup or like come back and be in position to like contest a shot. And I also find Carolina not to be so consistent because I'm surprised
yeah,
they didn't give her the green shooting touch of all characters. I
yeah.
thought that would have been a shooting touch for Eurostep, shooting touch for floater, and shooting touch for like regular shots. That would have been crazy. I thought that should have been like a number one thought process for her, but
Yeah, she's hard. She's hard to master.
yeah,
People like
definitely.
people like to spam like circle her, but like if you really know how to master her dribbling skills and know how to do her back roll turn, like in certain positions, and if you know how to position Carolina well, she's
Yeah.
really good. Like she's just
Yeah.
hard to play.
Yeah, she's hard to play. Okay, so I'm gonna put her in the C, but a great Carolina player could definitely make her B though. But
Yeah,
somebody like off the rip, it's hard. It's hard for her. It's hard to master her. A lot of people tried, but not a lot are successful. Where would you put Camilla now? Camilla, the one of the new centers in the game.
I see people use her in I see people use her sometimes in comp like because of
Yeah, her
her
quick shot.
running lay not layup running rebound
Yeah,
thing. It's
running
it's pretty
rebound.
good. Yeah,
Actually,
it's pretty
actually,
good.
I'll tell you something about that. That move is actually not that great no more because it's like it's used for like low rebounds and majority of the rep animations are usually high and medium. And the fact that it's like one of those like instead of diving on the ball, she would just do the tip kind of thing. Like it's not that great as I thought it would have been. Like I thought it was. Do you play freestyle basketball too by any chance?
Oh no, I see people play it a lot,
Okay,
but I don't, I
okay.
don't play.
Well, there's this move that CTs have. It's the same thing. It's called tap pass, but in the difference is in FS2 you could tap pass from a high rebound, but in 3-on-3 I don't see like you. I haven't seen anybody like do a tap pass from like a high rebound animation with Carolina. I'm usually seeing like mid or like low rebound animations where she does the tap pass. So but I find like her quick shot is amazing. Like you can't leave her open
Yeah, and
at all.
her toss shot, like
Yeah, her top.
she
Yep.
does a toss shot and she can fake it too. So
Yep.
like if a Murdoch is there or something like that, and he sees her like a little her hands out, he
Yeah.
thinks she's gonna shoot it, or she can just cancel it and
Mm-hmm.
do whatever she wants after that.
Yeah. Question: Do you know how to cancel it? I don't know how to cancel it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I've seen Camila doing on me because she was doing it, and then I jumped, and then
Uh
she
huh.
she stopped, and then she just shot on me. I think she shot on three on me when I jumped,
Yeah.
but
I'm
even
gonna
if
put.
you leave her open, she
Mm-hmm.
she she does have running pass, which running pass is really good. Quick
Yeah.
jumper up. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna put her in A, because I feel like that you can't leave her open at all. At all. Once you leave her like wide open, that quick shot is so
yeah,
OP.
yeah,
You can't leave her wide open at all. So and even though she's fast, but even though she has low like jump shot block, I feel like her offense makes up for it a lot.
yeah.
So I'm gonna put her probably at like the end of the A rank list or so. But she's definitely an A rank character. All right, let's move on to Big Dog. Oh, sorry, not Big Dog, Big Joe.
Big Joe.
Big Joe. Where would you put Big Joe?
Mm. I'll let you go on this one. I don't
Okay.
play Big Joe
All
like
right.
that. Yeah, I'm
All right. So
sure.
here's my thing. I would put him in A rank. He used to be an S rank player. I don't. Well, I still don't see why people would say he's an S rank player, but I would have said he's A because he's not he's not great at anything in my opinion. As much as he has like a bit of everything, he's not great at everything. He got, in my opinion, he got T-Rex arms, even though he has manual block. uh
Yeah.
his, his, his shooting block, I mean his shooting touch, even though he has green shooting touch, he'd be missing sometimes because it's so low.
Yeah.
uh and the only thing, and he has high rebounds, but he doesn't have power reb, which is like a big red flag for me. Like when you're playing the center position or big, I think power rep is so useful. Like if you get boxed out with power rep, you can still fly over that person. But he has high reps, so I'm gonna have to give it to him for that, for base, because he's a center and he has very high reps. He's also very fast. He could do a bit of shooting. He could do a bit of manual block, but he's not. I don't see why people play Big Joe. Like he's not great at. Like you don't play Big Joe for really anything. Probably maybe just to like grab a rebound. But if that's the case, I would use Jimmy. If you want to like specifically just grab boards, I would use Jimmy, because then Jimmy's unblockable as well. With Big Joe, you can still block him. It's tougher, but you can still block him. So I would put him in A. I think that's fair. I think that's pretty fair. All right, and Big Dog. I'm gonna have to put Big Dog in D rank.
Big Dog and T.
Yeah, Big Dog's in
Why
D
you put
rank.
him in D-Ray?
Come on, man. Come on. You don't let me have to do Big Dog like this, man.
I got go like that.
Respectfully, he's useless. But they gotta revamp him for sure. It's either they make him faster and give him higher revs or something, because I feel like his playstyle is, he needs to be fast. He's basically oh, I mean, I should reverse. I should say Camilla is the 2.0 version of Big Dog. If you really think about it, they both have high passes. They both got passing skills, but Camilla's faster, has higher rebounds, better skills. Big Dog's just too slow. He has low rebound. I mean, so I would say Camilla is definitely his 2.0 version, and Big Dog, there's no really, you gotta just be like playing for fun or like something to play Big Dog, in my opinion, because there's so many other bigs to play than Big Dog. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think so as well.
all
Yeah.
right. So we're down to two characters, down to your two characters. We got Amanda and we got Lulu. Which one you want to go first? Which one you want to place first?
I'll let you start with Amanda first.
All right. So Amanda, where would you place Amanda on this list?
Yeah, I'll let you go
Okay.
first.
Okay. So I think Amanda is a slept on character. So I think because not a lot of people play her, I'll put her as B. But she's definitely a great counter against Jack, which would want me to put her in A. But I don't see a lot of people playing her, so I don't know if my theory is right or wrong. But I think she's a great counter. She's a great scorer first and foremost. So even if Jack's not covering her, she could score very well. And then two, I think she's also the counter against Jack with that drift shot, mess him up very well. I think she could score behind screens just as well. But I don't see a lot of people playing her, so I'm not sure if my theory is right or wrong. So I would put her at like, I'll put her as a like a high B, low A kind of area. What about you? Where would you put her?
I'll put her in A. I'll put her in A
All
because
right.
if she fits Amanda good, like especially
Yeah.
against Jack League.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
I play her a lot. Because literally,
Hmm.
I think I played her today actually. I played her in comp with they had like a Jack, a Murdoch, and some other character I forgot, but I played against her. I played with her against Jack, and all I did, whenever I did the fake move.
Yeah.
I go into jab step, fake it. He does his chip block, whatever you
Hmm.
call it,
Yeah.
fingertip block, and I use that to my advantage. So I run 3 point Amanda.
Uh huh.
So I fake him out, and if he uses his other block, his second block,
Yeah.
I run to the 3 point line and shoot a three. So she's really deadly.
Hmm.
She can counter Jack in so many ways.
Interesting.
Like
I
I
agree.
put her at A because
I
she's
agree.
good offensively. She's good offensively.
Yeah, she's a great offensive player. I think a lot more people need to play Amanda for sure. I would say she's definitely also a great counter against Jack. So I would put her in A. All right, so
Yeah.
now let's go on to my wife off the court. You know, on the court. I'm sorry, she got to sit on the bench, but off the court, she's wifey. But on the court, where would you place her on this? Where's she going?
Yeah, I wanna hear what you want where you want to put
Okay.
her.
Okay. So unfortunately, she's D rank for me.
D.
Yeah, she's D because she hasn't like she almost has like no use, even though they sped up her spin move, and she has great threes. She has, but I mean, at that point, is she just a small forward? Then is she really like a power forward? She got chip out. She got that back then early on in the game. That box out swarm move, that spin move was useful, but now people are running double big. People are running like huge centers, which like with high revs, and she also has like low revs too. I mean, I don't really see the place for her. Yeah, that spin move
Oh,
against a max upper steel. So what? Yeah, what's? Let me hear you. Maybe I'm missing something.
she
Yeah, go
she's
ahead. Go
good.
ahead. Yeah.
I mean, no, I wouldn't say she's a bad character. She's not a bad
Uh
character at
huh.
all. I'm not gonna try to like be like
Yeah,
a
bias or yeah.
biased, but she's good. She's good. I think people just don't play her
Okay.
enough. And
And
plus
all so
her spin move buff is way better than what it used to be because now you can
yeah.
do it from like close to the 3 point line, and so you have to respect that a little bit.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
her I can talk all day about this character because I
Go
play
ahead,
her
go
all the
ahead. And that's why we have you here, right? Because you're one of those characters who play these characters. Because if it would just be by myself, a lot of
yeah.
people would be on the D list right now. But from hearing your perspective, it kind of makes sense. So yeah, if you whatever you want to share about Lulu, because a lot of people don't think about her or play or use her a lot. So yeah, so where would you place her and why? So go ahead.
I put her. I want to say I want to say DOR. I put for me.
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead for
put her
you.
B. I'll put
And
her B because she can
okay.
shoot. Like she
Uh
is the like. Well, I think. Well, besides Lee, I think she is one of the only bigs that can really shoot really good mids,
Okay,
three,
okay.
and plus, like if you really want to make a big Lulu, like I have a big Lulu. Of course, I have like what 280 rebound with her.
Uh-huh. Oh
With
wow. That's a lot
yeah,
of
cause
reps.
yeah, cause I have what I do, I change the P buffs to all rebounds, and then
Uh-huh.
plus I have the ghost that gives me extra 23 rebound.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and I have the cards that make her
Yeah, get more
that make
reps.
yeah, and with that I like have like 105 3 point, so she can still shoot, and plus her passive like when she loses a rebound,
Her thing goes up.
her rebound, yeah, her rebounding stat goes up. So
Uh-huh.
I don't think she's not bad at rebounding at all. She's not a bad rebounder at all.
Okay.
Because I was able to rebound over
Uh-huh.
PC players sometimes, and
Okay.
I did really good. And plus her screening, running screen thing
Yeah.
is really good if you have good players around you. Because I play with Zaza. Shout out to Zaza.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would run screenplays all the time, and whenever they try to anticipate it, and they'll try to cover his Fred, or they'll think they're gonna bump into me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fake the screen dash, and I'll get like a wide open three, or do her post turn and go for a dunk or something like that. But I wouldn't say she's a bad character
All
at
right.
all.
So we'll place
She's
we'll place
not.
her in
I
C.
ain't gonna put her in
We'll,
C.
All right, we'll meet in the middle. We'll put it at C. We'll put it at C.
Of
So
course,
okay.
yeah.
So that means if you like Lulu, then you'll definitely like Fox, Mr. Fox, then, aka
Mr.
the
Fox.
aka the White Fang,
Oh no.
the
Well, yeah,
White
yeah.
Wolf or whatever.
I can see why you say that because he has
Yeah,
um.
they're very similar. They have the both spin move. They have very high shooting with threes and mids. They both have that screen move. Well, his is like a push off kind of thing, and so maybe you might like Fox, Mr. Fox.
Yeah, I haven't played them yet, but
Okay.
I'll give him a try. I do have him like B5, but I haven't really played him 'cause I thought he was a corny character, corny looking character. Just a corny looking character to me,
Mm-hmm.
like.
Yeah,
But
I
um,
actually I would say he's Mr. Fox is like a lot of characters all in one. He's Krista with the dunk catch. He got Murdoch with the manual block. He got mostly Lulu's moves. He got the spin move. He got the dunk at will. He has the screens. He has the high shooting. So I would honestly say Mr. Fox is like a Lulu 2.0. Mm.
Lulu, well, no, I want to say a
Yeah.
Lulu. I
Yeah.
would say that.
Oh damn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always, yeah, I was. I think I was talking to you about
Uh
that
huh.
the other day. How his screens are really can be really effective with his screen moves and stuff, and his shooting, of course. And yeah, when I saw, I didn't know he can. I didn't see that he can dunk and block and
Yeah.
catch move. I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I
He
saw him
has
do that. I
that.
was like, what? Did he just block and catch somebody? Dunk?
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
But he could only do it for dunks, which I don't use it because it just makes it scary for me because I have to guess. If I try to dunk block catch and they lay up, I'm gonna be heated. So I just use
Oh, so he
manual.
can't block that?
No, no, no. He. So that's what I'm saying. He has like a bit of part of everybody. So you know how Krista has it for both regular shots and dunk. He only has it for dunk, which is
Mm.
interesting because a lot of characters will only have it for like jump shot, but he only has it for dunk. So like if you catch somebody off guard, then it comes in handy. But if you're right in front of somebody and both of you guys are like comp players, there's a high chance they might just do a regular layup and bypass your dunk block catch. So I just use the regular manual block for that. But yeah, he has dunk at will, which I find is pretty cool. So yeah, and he also has he has Luther's passive. If he goes up against if there's any other power forward on the opposing team, it goes up. His rebound and his box out or his balance goes up. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Where would you put him? Where would you put him?
Right now I'll put him in. I'll put him in B. I think he's a B character. I think he can actually. I think right now he's fairly new, so I would put him in B. But give him a month, and he could go to S rank. Give him a
What makes you
month
say that though? What
because
will make you?
he's one of those characters that the more money you put into him, the more deadly he gets. So just imagine a character like Mr. Fox who has high shooting with quick point shot, quick point one, quick point two, and he has dunk at will. So that's a scissor dunk, that's a trap dunk, and then he still has manual block, power rebound, and so on. I think that could be very very deadly because he'll be able to be on defense, and then he'll be a great offensive threat. So I think if you give him a month, he could become extremely deadly, and to the point where I think he might even replace Deacon, and people will run Mr. Fox, Murdoch, and Jack. That's three characters with manual block. That could go crazy. So that's my thought.
I can see that. I can see that though. I
Yeah,
can see
that's
that.
that's my thought. So I personally right now would say he's B rank because you need money to play him. Like you can't make it off of free to play with Mr. Fox. You got to spend money. So because of that, I would say he's B. But the more money you spend into him, he's definitely gonna move up in rank. He's gonna move up to A and then S eventually when people start getting cards for him, pets, freestyles. Oh my gosh, I feel like he could go crazy for sure.
Yeah,
And
I'll try him out.
yeah, definitely try him out. Definitely try him out, and tell me how you feel about him because he's very similar to Lulu. So I think you might have some fun playing him. But yeah, that's the end of the tier list, guys. Yo, DLAJ, bro. Thanks for coming through. It was a lot of fun. I knew this would be great because you definitely have some definitely different opinions from what majority of people say, which is why I wanted you to come on here and enlighten me because I didn't want this to be like something where I just ask somebody A rank and then they just say yeah A rank and then we just agree on the whole thing. So I knew you had some perspective that you could add to this tier list. So I appreciate you. Thanks for joining. But with all that being said, y'all, it's been your boy Nasty Pawns. And remember, y'all, stay nasty. Peace.